Hi everybody in my TSTO Harry Potter group and YouTube channel. Okay, so here we are, another TLSQ. This one here just popped up not too long ago. It's called The Wonderful World of Wands. So, travel to King's Cross Station and back as you, Bill Weasley, Hagrid, and Garrick Oliver unite to assemble a special new wand for Penny. Complete this wand crafting adventure to learn the versatile tracking spell. Cool. Earn a new Muggle outfit and be rewarded by Ollivander with a tappable mounted wand. Okay, so there's like 3 things you win in this? That's kind of cool, actually. Well, I like this. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So this is in 4 parts. And as usual, if anybody's watched my videos, I will be doing 4 parts to this, because I think it's better that way. I think doing 4 parts makes it, you can watch whatever. Sometimes there's little parts that you just want to watch something because it helps you make a decision in the game. Okay, so meet Bill. That sounds interesting. Okay, let's meet Bill. Okay. Hi, Bill. I got your message. It sounded urgent. Is everything all right? Is something wrong at Gringotts? I didn't mean to alarm you, Grogu. My message sounded urgent because I can't wait to get started. Get started with what? I've been studying a few complicated spells in my free time, and I've learned one that made me think of you. Based on the adventures we had together so far, I think you'll find it quite useful, so I'd like to teach it to you. That sounds brilliant, Bill. What kind of spell is it? Let me see if you can guess. I'll give you a few hints. If you guess the kind of spell it is, I'll teach it to you. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a fun one, though. Hagrid. Like Hagrid. There we go. So we're going to do this. I could go through it all just to get the points, but based on your hints, I'd say you want to teach me either a tracking spell, a detecting spell, or a revealing spell. You said if something was lost, the spell could help me find its owner, and you used it to figure out which socks were Fred's and which were George's. Very good, Grogu. You were listening closely. Based on my hints, which of these 3 do you think is likely the kind of spell I want to teach you? A tracking spell. You said it would help me track down an object's owner, after all. That's exactly right. Well done, Grogu. The spell is Evan Segwim. It enchants objects to point and return to their last owner. Blimey, that does sound useful. If I'm looking for someone, I can find them using an item of theirs. Exactly. However, the spell has its limitations. Owner is a somewhat loose-fitting term, after all. And you'll need to be careful. If it's a rare item, you risk losing it if you send it flying off to who knows where. But I'm sure it will be quite handy in the future, and for things more important than Fred and George's socks. Though I've agreed to teach the spell to Penny, too, and for that reason. Why would Penny need to sort your brother's socks? I should have been clearer. Penny told me the Haywood sisters had similar mix-ups with lost barrettes. Then let's get started. Brilliant. After I settle the tab, let's meet at the burrow where we'll have a little more room for your lesson. All right. I'll head to the burrow next, and you can teach me Evan Segwim. Not sure if that's how you spell it, but it is what it is. I'm having fun with this. Stop it. There. I'm having some fun. I like these. I wish they had more of these. The burrow. Visit the burrow. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. Still got allergies. Merlin's beard, this place is beautiful. It must have been nice to grow up in such a cozy home. This is all quite exciting. I can't wait to learn Avensegwim. You don't look excited at all. What's wrong? I'm ashamed to say it's too embarrassing. Don't worry, Bill. It will be all right. If you tell me what's wrong, I'm sure I can help. After that, we can talk about learning Avensegwim. 3 stars a pass. Good. Man, Penny looks some depressed. Oh yeah, let's see. So what I'm hearing is that you were demonstrating a powerful spell with Penny's wand? Yeah, I was caught up in showing off that I didn't. See, I'd picked up Penny's wand instead of mine. I see, and a wand doesn't work properly unless used by the witch or wizard to whom it belongs. Not, not only didn't my wand work for Bill, it snapped. Snapped? That's dreadful. It was an honest mistake. I don't blame Bill. I'm just sad not to have my wand anymore. I know exactly how you feel, Penny. When Rakepick snapped my wand, it's like a part of me snapped, too. I suppose I should go back to Hogwarts. The Avensegwim lesson will have to happen without me. Rubbish! There's no cause to give up just yet. Bill can still teach both of us Avensegwim. I can? Of course. We just need to go to Ollivander's and get a new wand for Penny first. Brilliant! I have a bit of money saved up from my job at Gringotts that I could use to replace Penny's wand. I can't let you do that, Bill. What happened wasn't your fault. It was an accident. But it's my fault that I was in such a rush to demonstrate a spell. I was reckless. What do you think, Grogu? Is my broken wand Bill's fault or just an accident? I agree with you that the broken wand is the result of an unfortunate accident, but I still insist on apologizing by replacing your wand, Penny. Then let's head to Ollivander's now, and after we can have our Avensegwim lesson. The idea of a new wand pairing is rather exciting. Wandcraft is simply a fascinating area of study. You've not only cheered me up, you made me excited to rush to Ollivander's to see what kind of wand I get. Then you two should get a head start. I'll collect my money and meet you. Off to Ollivander's we go. It's time for us to get Penny Haywood a new wand. Sounds like fun. I actually bought myself a wand. I was in Salem last year, and I bought my first wand. It's only a small one, but I think it looks cool. Can't really do anything with it because I'm just a muggle, but, we can dream and pretend. Okay. Ah, how wonderful to see you again. Welcome back to Ollivander's. I trust your laurel wand with a phoenix feather core is treating you well. I hope nothing's happened to it. I'm actually here to help Penny Haywood get a new wand and learn a bit about wand making while I do. A new wand? Bill Weasley broke Penny's wand while demonstrating a spell. I've agreed with Penny that it was an accident. Oh, I see. Well, it's no cause for embarrassment. These things do happen. I'm sure I can help, and I'd be honored to teach you both a few things about my trade. Brilliant! We have so many questions. Is wand pairing more art than science? And how do you source your phoenix feathers? Also, since wands choose their witch or wizard, do they ever change their minds? My, that is a lot of questions. I'm honored you and your friend have taken such an interest in my craft. And I'd like to teach you all about wand making, but I do feel I should focus on your wandless friend. Let's start with one of your questions. Which are you most interested to learn the answer to? Is wand pairing more art than science? Wand pairing is an exceedingly complex process, but it does boil down to a simple choice: the wands. As purveyors of this craft, we carefully construct high-quality wands and hope they find the right user. To answer your question, pairing a wand is more art than science, but in the end, it is more magic than art. Thank you, sir. It's delightful to hear your thoughts on the subject. Wonderful. Now I must turn my attention to finding a match for Miss Haywood. Watch while I consider the different wands. Perhaps you'll discover the answers to your other questions. Okay, 5 stars to pass. It's kind of neat. Sorry I don't read all the little ones down there. You can pause if you'd like to see them, but it's a lot to consider and a lot in there. I mean, these videos are going to be about 15-20 minutes long each because of all the parts, so I like to try to keep them to a minimum. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them, though. I can tell because I'm getting a lot of views off of these TLSQs. Okay. Now that I've given it some thought and checked my supplies, I know which wand to try for Miss Haywood, and I hope you got the answers to your other questions. I did. You said you've seen many wands grow weary of their users but not change their mind. And you mentioned that all your phoenix feathers are voluntarily given by the phoenixes themselves. And that to what you said before you searched your wands. And that answers all of the questions. Wonderful, but of course the best way to learn about wandcraft is to witness it. Watch closely while Miss Haywood tries the wand I've chosen. See if its behavior reveals anything to you. I'll start with a wand similar to her first. Perhaps she's the same witch now as she was then. Nope, not that one. Oh wow, that one seemed to have quite a bit of power behind it. Yes, based on that reaction, I would say Miss Haywood has changed quite a bit since she was last here. But since you are eager to learn, let's see how well you paid attention based on what you saw. What would you try next? A stable core, one that is hard to tame, or something powerful and flamboyant? That one caused quite a mess. Perhaps we ought to try a one with more stable core. That would be unicorn hair, and it's precisely what I was thinking. You may have a future in wand making. I have a chestnut wand with the unicorn hair core. Let's try it. Give it a try and see what it thinks of you, Miss Haywood. A fire. I've got it. Okay. Augmentee. Wow. Well done, Mr. Baby. That was a close one. It certainly hasn't gone as I hoped, but we mustn't give up. It's just going to take a bit of thought. While you're thinking, I can go and find Bill. He's to pay for the wand, and perhaps he'll have thought of something that could help us find a wand for Penny. And while you chat, I can ask Miss Haywood a few more questions and try my last few ideas. Brilliant, because once Penny's parent is complete, Bill can teach Evan Sigwam. I'll return soon. Okay. Update Bill. Now let's see where we are. 4 or 5. Here we go. There you are, Grogu. I took the liberty of ordering you a butterbeer. Turns out my mum needs me back at the burrow to look after Ginny and Ron. But I brought for you the money for Penny's wand. How is the pairing going? Not well so far. Penny feels overwhelmed and doesn't yet have a new wand. Ollivander tried several different wands, but none of them were right. Penny seemed quite distressed. I feel awful about the mess I've caused. There must be some way we can help Penny. I did have one idea. You're so skilled at spellcasting, so you must know a bit about wandcraft. I suppose, but certainly not as much as Ollivander. But you know more than Ollivander about Penny, and so do I. Perhaps combining our knowledge of wandcraft and knowledge of Penny will lead us to a solution. I can tell you about the unique temperaments of wandwoods. They're key to the pairing process. Brilliant. Go on. Once I learn the temperaments, I can guess which wandwood is a good fit for Penny. There's a lot to this. Of course, all the TLSQs are pretty long. Oh, thank you so much for watching these. They're fun. I like doing them. I really enjoy it. And I'm almost at Beyond. I'm only 7 chapters away. Thankfully, I just finished my newts. And I passed with flying colors. If you want to see how I did in the newts, watch one of my previous videos I did recently on newts. Blimey, that's a lot of information to recall at once, but 3 wandwoods did make me think of Penny. Tell me which 3. Well, you said first seek strength and purpose in its users, and it's especially good for transfiguration. You also said Pine prefers an independent master who may be perceived as a mysterious loner. And Sycamore is a questing wandwood that seeks out users of a curious and adventurous nature. I see. Which of those 3 types of wood do you think is most likely to pair with Penny? I think a pine wood will work for Penny. It's true that Penny is independent, but I wouldn't call her a mysterious loner. However, she is quite adventurous and curious. To me, that sounds more like a sycamore wood. Plus it grows in a forbidden forest, so if we need to go and get any, Haggard can tell us where it is. Why don't I head back to Ollivander's and see what he's tried so far? If he's already tried pine, we can see about sycamore. I wish I could go with you, but I have to hurry back to the burrow. Don't worry, Bill. Penny and I will join you there just as soon as we find a new wand for her, and then we can finally learn Evan Segwim. Back to Ollivander's I go. I can't wait to see Penny's progress. Okay, let's go back there. This will conclude Chapter 1. I've been talking with Bill. He had to return to the burrow, but we have an idea. Blimey, what's happened here? Your shop is in quite a state. Holy mac. It's most unfortunate. I'll tell you everything. Perhaps your idea could provide a much-needed solution. Wow. I think he knows as much as he thinks he does. You would have think that he would have had a wand for her by now. There we go. Okay. I see you've tried nearly every wand you can think of, but each did more damage than the last. Precisely. I've tried a fir handle with all 3 cores, pine as well. I've tried holly and acacia. All good wand woods, but none have chosen Miss Haywood. My shop can't take much more of this abuse. Blimey, I thought pine wood might work, but Bill did say sycamore could be a good fit for Penny. Sycamore, of course, the questing one. I didn't think of it, but yes, it seeks an adventurous user. But before I risk more damage to my shop, I must ask, how well do you know Miss Haywood? I know Penny better than anyone. Ask me anything. It warms my heart to hear you say that, Grogu. I feel I know you well, too. You're a good friend and most excellent witch, Penny. You sparked my curiosity. Let's try a sycamore wand with a unicorn hair core, quite faithful and consistent. My broken one had a core of a unicorn hair. Perhaps this will be the perfect pairing. Give it a wave, Miss Haywood. Nothing happened. That can't be good. On the contrary, it could mean we're headed in the right direction. How can you be sure, Mr. Ollivander? There were no fires or paper scattering. Sycamore might be the right choice, just not this wand. In fact, Miss Haywood may need a custom one. I'll have to make it for her here in my shop. A custom one? How exciting! Yes, but it does sound a bit expensive. Bill gave me some money to cover costs. Help me to source the ingredients and I can offer you a hefty discount. I'll even reward you with a rare item from my shop. You want us to source ingredients for Penny's wand? Indeed, custom wands are made from scratch and require ingredients. For example, I have loads of sycamore wands in my shop, but no spare sycamore to make a custom one. I'd go myself, but have to stay here and mind the shop. I suppose I ought to stay and help to clean up the shop. I can get us started on items we'll need for the wand, and I know just where to begin. If it's sycamore we're after, Bill told me earlier that sycamore grows in Hogwarts forest. Hagrid is deeply familiar with everything that lives in this forest, so he can tell us where to find sycamore. That's an excellent place to start. All right, I'll go and talk to Hagrid. Once I learn where to find sycamore for your wand, I'll send for you, Penny. Okay, here we go. That's the end of part 1. So we're trying to find the ingredients in the next part for Penny's wand that Bill broke. Well, that's kind of cool. So we got a rewards of 300 coins, which we don't really need. Coins are pretty easy to get in this. So we're done here for part 1 video. Stay tuned for part 2. There will be 4 parts to this. I will be doing them and I'll be releasing them all at the same time so you can watch them in order if you choose to. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, The Wonderful World of Wands. And feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel for everything Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery. And until next time, happy tapping because this is the way.